Welcome back. I help faith-driven women break cycles, find clarity, and step boldly into their calling. That's what you've been searching for. You're in the right place. Let's get into today. Hey, good day, good day, good day. I want to welcome you to today's video. And let's go ahead and get right into what we're going to be talking about today. Let me guess, if you think about last week, your week fell apart by Tuesday. You started Monday with the best intentions. You had your plan, your schedule, your boundaries, and then life happened. The kid got sick, the project deadline moved up, your family emergency hit, your boss needed you, someone else needed you, everyone needed you. And by Friday, you're right back where you started, exhausted, guilty, and wondering why you just can't keep it together. Well, here is the truth of the matter. Alignment isn't something you achieve once and then maintain forever. It's something you return to again and again and again. So today we're talking about how to stay aligned when life gets messy because it will. And you need a strategy that works in the chaos, not just on the perfect days. So let's get into this. This is what I see all the time in my counseling and coaching practice. Women come to me completely burned out. And when I ask them what happened, they say something like, well, I was doing so good. I had my routine. I was taking care of myself. I was praying consistently. And then everything just fell apart and I just gave up. Does that sound familiar? Let me raise my hand. Been there, done that. Got the t-shirt, to display it. But listen, here's the problem. You're treating alignment like perfection. And you think that if you can't do it perfectly, then you can't maintain your ideal routine, your boundaries, your rhythms, so on and so forth. So then what's the point? So what happens? You quit. You throw the whole thing out. You go back to survival mode. And then a few weeks later, you try again. And the cycle repeats. But here's what I want you to hear. Alignment isn't perfection, it's direction. And you don't need to execute your plan flawlessly. You just need to know which direction you're facing. And when life gets messy, which it will, you need to know how to return to alignment instead of starting over from scratch. All right. So let's get into our framework. Let me give you this framework for staying aligned when life gets messy. And I call this the 3 R's of alignment. Number one is recognize. Recognize what pulled you off course. See, first, you need to develop awareness around what knocked you out of alignment. Was it an urgent demand that overrode your priorities? Was it an emotional trigger that sent you spiraling? Was it a person who pulled you into their crisis? A commitment, was it a commitment that you said yes to that you know good and well that you should have declined? You see, you can't return to alignment if you don't know what pulled you away. So ask yourself, what happened? When did I lose my center? And this is not to shame yourself, but this is simply for you to notice. Right. The second R is realign. You have to realign without starting over. And here's where most women go wrong. They think they should have to start over. Well, I already blew my morning routine, so I guess my whole day is ruined. I already broke my boundary once, so what's the point? I missed 3 days of Bible reading, so I might as well just wait until Monday. No, you don't start over. You realign right now in this moment. You don't need a perfect Monday morning. You need the next available 10 minutes. You don't need a brand new plan. You need one thing that brings you back to center. What's the next aligned action you can take right now? Maybe it's just a 5-minute walk. Maybe it's prayer in your car. Maybe it's saying no to the next request, texting a boundary. Maybe it's closing your eyes and taking 3 deep breaths. Small realignments matter more than perfect plans. All right? Did we get that? All right. The third R is to return. You must return to your rhythms, not your rules. You need to understand the difference between rhythms and rules. Rules are rigid, they break when life gets messy. But rhythms, and I love a rhythm, rhythms, they're flexible. They bend without breaking. Let me give you an example. This is a rule. I pray every morning at 6 a.m. for 30 minutes. Rhythm says I will connect with God daily, even if it's just 5 minutes in my car. Rule says I exercise for 60 minutes, 5 days a week. Rhythm says I will move my body in ways that honor it, even if it's just a walk around the block. You getting it? Rule says I work 9 to 5 and nothing more. But rhythm says I will protect my evenings for rest and family, even if work occasionally requires flexibility. Are you seeing the difference? Because rules, they create shame when we break them. But rhythms create grace when you need to adjust. So when life gets messy, don't abandon your rhythms. We don't abandon our rhythms. We adapt them. We adapt them. And listen, I can tell you a ton of stories, where I've had to make this adjustment because it was needful and it was necessary. And I'm just sharing with you part of my process, part of my journey, part of my story. So let's get into implementation because here's what it looks like practically. I love to make things very, very practical. Let's say it's Wednesday afternoon and your week has already gone sideways. Step one, recognize. Okay, what is it that pulled me off course? Maybe you said yes to a project that you didn't even have the capacity for. Or maybe a family crisis hit and you had no choice but to respond. Listen, this this step right here, you just notice. There's no judgment, but just take note. Step number 2, realign. What's the next aligned action I can take in the next 10 minutes? Maybe you text your boss and you set a new boundary. Maybe you cancel tomorrow's optional meeting or you call a friend and ask for help. Maybe it's you pray for 5 minutes even if it's in your car. It's just one small action that you can take right now. Now, step 3 is return. What rhythm can I return to even if it's adapted? Maybe you can't do your full morning routine tomorrow, but you can wake up 15 minutes earlier and pray. You can listen to worship music while you get ready. You can take a walk at lunch instead of at 6 a.m. You see, you're not starting over, you're returning to center. So here's your practice for this week. Every night before bed, I want you to ask yourself, where or when did I lose alignment today? That's recognize. What can I do tomorrow to realign? That's realign. And what rhythm can I return to, even if it's adjusted? That's return. I want you to write it down, track it, notice the patterns, because here's the truth: life will always get messy. But the women who build sustainable transformation, they're not the ones who never get knocked off course. They're the ones who know how to return. So, in my closing today, let me ask you this question: where do you need to return to alignment today? What's pulling you off course? What's the next small realignment you can make? What rhythm can you return to, even if it's adopted? Because alignment isn't perfection, it's direction. And every time you return to center, you're building the capacity to stay there even longer. So if you want more support with this, number one, go ahead and join the Rebuild and Rise Hub on School. Link's going to be below in the description. We're going through this 50-day journey together of dismantle, discern, build, integrate, activate, and we support each other when life gets messy. Another thing I want you to do is to take the AI business readiness quiz. If systems overwhelm is one of the things that is pulling you off course, this quiz will show you exactly where to start with AI automation. It's been a game changer, life changing for me. And I just want to share with you what I have found to be so very true and so transformational in my own life. Number three, I want you to book a free AI and business audit. Every month, we have 10 spots that we are giving away. Once those 10 spots are gone, then that's it. But book it so that you can see exactly the tools and the automation, the help that AI can give you that can free up some of your time. Listen, we must build systems that support your alignment instead of sabotaging it. Number four, join us for Tech Thursday. This is free weekly AI training that we do inside of our AI Academy. This is where you will learn the practical tools to simplify your business or your ministry so that you have more capacity for what matters. Now, today is day 40 of 50. We're transitioning from integrate into activate because once you know how to stay aligned in the mess, you're ready to step into your calling with confidence. So I will see you tomorrow for day 41. Why you're afraid to step into your calling. All right. That's our video for today. Let's go ahead and let's get it. Blessings. If today's message spoke to you, don't stay stuck another year. Book a call with me today. The link is in the description. And before you go, keep watching by clicking the next video on your screen. I'll see you there.